Hi and welcome to talkSPORT MMA channel. I'm Jordan Ellis and today I'm delighted to be joined by combat sports legend Liam Harrison. How's it going, mate?
I'm very well, thank you. Just hard training for me. My next up and coming fight at the minute. So yeah, I'm a little bit tired, but other than that, I'm good.
I know it's been a while since we've seen you, almost 2 years, and now you're about to make your anticipated return at One Championship 167 on June 8th. You must be excited about that.
Yeah, mate, it's been a long road back from injury. The injury that I got was quite a severe one. I tore my ACL, my MCL, and medial and lateral meniscus all in one foul swoop. So yeah, it's been quite a long road back, and obviously I'm getting towards the back end of my career now. So I think that injury, coming back on that injury at any age would have been tough, but obviously 'cause I'm a little bit older in fight terms, it's been a tough road back. But yeah, we're here now. I've done the work, I've done the rehab, I've done all the hard stuff, and I'm just looking forward to getting back in there and enjoying myself.
Yeah, and you've been fighting since most people have been having hard dinners. So, in terms of that injury, was that something you carried into the fight, or was that just, brilliant work from the opponent?
It kicked me on my knee, and it wasn't the kick that did it. My leg went up and then landed down. My foot landed on the floor. My knee sort of went in, which tore my ACL. And then when the stability gave way, then I took another step, which tore my MCL. So my knee was just basically just flopping around my leg, basically, because both of my meniscus tore as well. So my knee was just so unstable, I just couldn't stand up anymore. So it was an absolute disaster, really. It's just one of them things. Like you see people get injured in a freak accident. I think you see people get injured like with shin breaks and the knees going and stuff every now and then. It's not something that happens regular. Like I've had 120 pro fights nearly, and that's the worst injury I've ever got. It just came at a bit of a crap time because it was during a world title fight. But yeah, it is what it is, and we're back here now. So I'm just looking forward to getting back in the ring and picking up where I left off. Really.
And as you said, 120 fights, you've been there, you've done that, and you're towards the end of your career now. Was there ever a thought in your mind that, yeah, maybe this is it, shall I just leave it now after this injury?
There were quite a few times when I was trying to get through the rehab and come back where I was just thinking, am I going to be able to get back to what I wore? And I was just slowly, it was just taking so long. And I was warned by all the physios and people that are the same, listen, this is going to be a long, do not try and push it up. It's try and rush back to training. And I was just getting to the point where I was thinking, am I ever going to be able to get back to what I wore? Am I going to ever get that level of sharpness back that I had? Am I ever going to get that ferociousness back when I'm training? Am I going to get the intensity back? And it took a while, and there were a few times where I just thought, oh, you know what? 'Cause I was in quite a lot of pain when I come from my rehab and stuff as well. I'm thinking, am I even going to be able to do this anymore? I'm 38. Is my body going to be able to hold up through training? And I was thinking, oh, do you know what? I might have to just call it here. And I went out to Costa Rica and I got some stem cell treatment as well to go alongside with my rehab, and I feel brand new again now. So yeah, I feel now get like I was before the injury. I feel like I used to feel in my early 30s. I'm smashing training. I'm doing everything I was doing then, and yeah, I feel good again now.
Besides the injury, how did someone like yourself cope with that layoff? You're a prolific fighter, um, you're fighting all the time, and then you've just got this big gap where, although you've got the rehab to focus on, what else do you do to keep yourself busy?
It was horrendous, mate. I'm used to training twice a day, 3 times a day, and I went pro a week before my 50th birthday. So there hasn't been a time in the last 24 years where I've had a long layoff like that. I've always had the next fight to look forward to. I've always had a goal. I've always had from one fight have a little rest, go back into the other fight, and I was in routine. And I'm not gonna lie, I struggled massively mentally. It was a rough time. I had good people around me supporting me, friends, family, etc. But I'm lucky because I've got other things that I can help with. I promote shows myself in the UK with me and my team at the Hitman Fight League. I've got my training website, so I do those. I could put energy into those sort of things, but it just wasn't the same. I'm a fighter, and that is what I like doing. And if I'm not fighting, I like being in the gym, hands on with the other fighters, coaching, sparring them, training them, holding pads for them, getting involved. I had to go down to the gym for 3 months and just sit on a box and just hit pads while I was sat down on a box because I needed to do something for my own mind just to mentally stimulate myself. And yeah, it was tough. It was really tough. But yeah, we're here now, so all good.
Yeah, and then you're sitting at home and you're still nursing this injury, and then out of nowhere, Floyd Mayweather goes and announces that he's fighting you. What was that whole experience like? Because as far as I was concerned as a fan, you weren't fit to fight, and then this announcement's come, and I didn't know what was going on. What was the whole process like for you?
So this was when I was waiting for the surgery on my ACL and my MCL. Um, the injury, the doctor wanted me to go away and do like prehab, and he said, "Listen, do like 3 4 months of prehab. Just get your quad as strong as possible." He said, "I know there's no stability in your leg at the minute. You can't really move properly, but I don't want to do the operation now, and then it's going to make your rehab harder. To go away, try and get your left leg, your left quad as strong as possible, and do what you can with keeping it stable still." So all I was doing at the time was just trying to build my quad up and my glute and my hamstring, because obviously I knew how hard the rehab was going to be. All I was doing was a bit of boxing pads, and then all of a sudden I got this call, and like, "Oh, Floyd Mayweather's coming to fight in England. Do you want to fight him?" I was like, "What?" And they were like, "He's got you down on the short list." He said, "There's 3 people who he's going to pick, and you're in them. Will you do the fight?" I went, "Oh my god!" The next day later, I'm on FaceTime to Floyd Mayweather's manager, and he's saying, "Right, blah 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 blah," and I'm thinking, "This is insane." And I'm thinking, right, I can't even stand up properly. I wonder if that's so. I taped my knee up, taped it up, and strapped it up as good as I could. I went to the gym and I did some pads, and I thought, you know what, that was all right. I should be all right. I mean, I'm not kicking. There's not much pivoting. And then 2 days later, I went and did it, and I started sparring, more pads, more sparring, and then I took my strap off, and my knee was just like an absolute balloon, and I couldn't walk for like 2 days, 3 days. So I rang my surgeon, and I was just like saying, "Listen, do you think I better get through this? I can fight Floyd Mayweather here." And he was like, "Listen, I don't want to tell you what to do." He said, "But the damage that's going on in your knee at the minute," he said, "you might end up doing something what I can't repair. You might end up causing yourself some serious damage where you end up walking with a limp all your life. You might end up even needing a knee replacement by 40. So either like, is that going to be worth it?" I'm like, "Yeah, good point. No, it's not going to be worth it at all." So I just, obviously, I had one leg. And the thing is, I probably won't lay a glove on that guy with 2 good legs. So if I just got in there with just with one leg, and I didn't completely embarrass myself, so I just had to, unfortunately, just had to say no. But then I told his management team that. I said, "Listen, I'm not going to be able to do this. I need surgery on my knee." And they just ignored me. And then went and announced the fight. I woke up the next morning. I had like 100 messages on my phone. I thought, "Oh shit, who's died?" I thought, "Someone's died here. They must have done." Went on my phone. I thought, "Hey, what's going on here?" I were in the Daily Star, the news, the Sun, the Mail. Floyd Mayweather announced his opponent. I was like, "Oh wow!" I was like, "What has he done here?" I thought, "I'm going to look an idiot now. I have to say I'm not fighting." But yeah, you never know. It might come back round.
Yeah, that was my next question. Obviously, you did pull out. You were replaced by Alan Chalmers, and the event itself, it was a bit of, it weren't the best. I'm not sure he'll be back in the UK, but if he does, has there been any talk about, revisiting what was cancelled?
Well, they said I went down to the fight, and I was there, and I was speaking with all the powers that be and stuff like that. And I was saying, "Listen, if he comes back, he'll be first in line." But like I say, there were a lot of it were a bit of a circus with that show, so I don't know if he will come back. But if he does, they said I'll be first, so let's see.
Good to hear. And on to the opponent you've got in front of you right now, Katsuki Kitano. For anyone watching at home who's not familiar with him, who is he? How good is he? And what are we expecting on fight night?
Well, he's solid. He's a Japanese fighter. I think he's won his last 6 or 7 in a row. He's on a good run of form. He won his first fight under One Championship late last year. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. He's a lot younger than me. He's going to be fresh, and he's going to be wanting to use me to try and make a name for himself. Um, so yeah, it's on me to put the youngster back in his place and make sure that I come out of there with the win. I'm looking forward to it. The Japanese fighters never come to lay down. They're always tough guys. They always come to fight hard, and you're always going to get a solid war out of them. So that yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Is there any shots in particular we should be looking out for? Obviously, you're coming back from a very public injury. You're expecting to get some wax in that leg, from the first bell.
Nah, the thing is that my surgery's been done, my rehab's been done. I'm back in the gym hard sparring. The work we've done on my rehab and that, like, all my tendons are back strong. There's no instability in my knee anymore, so he can try and kick it as much as he wants, really. But it's not going to affect me. So, um, yeah, let him try.
Brilliant. And how does this fight play out from you when you're daydreaming about the fight? How do you see it ending? How do you get your hand raised?
I'm going to knock him out. That is how I fight. That's every fight I come to fight hard to look for a stoppage. Obviously, there's the big bonus monies at point here at One Championship. Do you know what I mean? So like, you get $50,000 for a big knockout and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to be looking for that. That's how I fought my entire career. Hard punches, hard leg kicks. You can just expect what you've seen from me throughout the last 20 plus years. Then that's yeah, I'm just going to press forward and make it as exciting for the fans as I can, because I enjoy fighting like that. I enjoy getting into wars, and I know the fans enjoy it, so I'm going to be enjoying it. They'll enjoy it, and hopefully we'll get an highlight reel knockout, and we'll get a 50 grand bonus as well.
Yeah, big knockout, 50 grand bonus, and that kind of puts you back in the mix then. There's been a little bit of social media back and forth in interviews with Jonathan Haggerty. What's going on there? I'm just keep seeing it online, but I'm not exactly sure what the beef is, how it started.
To be fair, I've always been one of Jonathan's biggest supporters when he was coming up. I was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he even said, "Lord, to Joe, look out for this kid. He's really good." I've always tried to build him up as much as I can. Um, he used to always even ask me for help when he was like a couple of years ago. He said, "Oh, Liam, can you just help me get the profile not out there?" Blah blah. And I always obliged, because I always knew that he was going to reach the top and he was going to be a superstar, which he is now. But as soon as he got there, then he seemed to forget all that, and he starts talking shit about me and trash talking and all this. And the fact he keeps calling me out to fight, but the fact is, I've been out for 18 months. I'm 38 years old. He's 26 or something in his absolute prime. Why don't he just fight somebody else who's in their prime? Do you know what I mean? So why is it calling on me? If a couple of years ago, yeah, I'd have been fully down for that. But at the minute, there's a queue to fight for that title that he's got. So it doesn't make sense for me to start shouting my mouth off back and going, yeah, I'll fight, blah, 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 when I know he's got 2 or 3 other fights or opponents who are in the queue who deserve to fight for the title. Before me, I need to get myself back out there. I'm going to see how my body reacts. I'm going to take it one fight at a time. I might think to myself after this fight, I might go, oh, do you know what? I won't quite as sharp or the same as I should be there. I might call it a day. You never know. I might come back and I might feel absolutely amazing again, like I did in my early 30s, and think, you know what? That was class. Let's go. Let's have a run at this. So we'll just see from there.
So your point is that you feel like he's kind of seeing you as a easy pickings, coming off an injury, getting a bit older, and he's thinking, oh, yeah, I can get this guy's name on my resume without actually facing the true version.
Yeah, he's probably thinking that. And the fact is that I've been the UK #1 Thai boxer for years and years and years, and he'll probably just think, oh, you can slip in now and take that off me. The Harrison, when he was the same age as Jonathan is now, 25, 26, would obliterate him. It wouldn't last 2 rounds. But I'm older now. I'm not that guy. I'm coming back off a horrendous injury. So I've got to be smart about what fights I pick at the minute and just see where I'm at body-wise. I don't want to jump straight back in to that level if I'm not going to be ready for it. I'm going to have to rebuild myself back up, and I'm going to have to rebuild myself back to title contention if that's where I want to go. So yeah, he's probably just thinking, oh, Harrison's old now. I'll get an easy win here, and I'll just take that legacy off him that he's created. But yeah, let me just see where I am at the end. I've got 2 fights. I've signed for this fight and another fight in September in America. So let me just see where I am after that.
Yeah, and you've, as you said earlier, you've been there, you've done it all. I think your debut was 1999. You've had 119 fights. What is left to achieve for someone like yourself? What is the motivation to go through all this rehab and all the hardship to get back in there?
Because it's fun. I just love doing it, you know. I love doing it, and I think I've still got a little bit more to give. People pay money to watch me fight. They want to see exciting fights, explosive, hard hitting, lots of action. They want to see knockouts, knockdowns, drama. They want to see heavy leg kicks, and that's what they expect. And I still think I can provide that level of entertainment for people. I still think I can go out there and be one of the most entertaining fighters that there is on the planet still. I only won Fight a Year 2 years into 2022. I won Fight a Year that year. So yeah, I think now that I've come back from my injury and stuff, I think I can get back to them levels of excitement again. So that's what I want to do for me. I still enjoy it. I still love it. I still love living this fighter's lifestyle, and I still think I've got a little bit more to give. The moment that I don't think I can provide people with the knockouts, the drama, the excitement and stuff, then I'll call it a day, because people don't want to pay to watch a watered down version of myself. They want to pay to watch the hitman. They want to see the guy who knocks people out, who gets knocked down and gets back up and then still comes back into the fight. And that's what they want to see. And if I can't provide that, then it'll be time to walk away.
And I feel like you've just answered my question, but when it's all said and done, how do you want to be remembered? Is it as that guy who just goes out and puts it all on the line and you know, entertains the fan no matter what it costs them?
Yeah, win, lose or draw. You know what you see is what you get with me. You know what I mean. Even when I've lost fights, I've still some of those fights have gone on to be some of the most exciting fights that year. So you know what you're going to get. I'll never take an easy way out. I've never dodged anyone, and yeah, that's what I like to remember. But just that guy who just never backed down and always fought hard and fought with his heart on his sleeve and just always went to war.
Is there any regrets after such a long career? Is there any fight where it's, I could have done better there, I shouldn't have took that, or I should have beat him? Anything that stands out?
I've done a few stupid things throughout my career, but I don't regret any of them because they all lead to a path. I mean, going through my first fight on One Championship, I took it on 5 days' notice. I flew to Malaysia. I wasn't fight fit at all, and I did it against the champion of the weight above me. So I just jumped in against an absolute giant who was twice my size, and I did it on 5 days' notice just because I've done that throughout my entire career. I'm not afraid to back down from a fight, and I will stand toe to toe with anyone. Obviously, I didn't win that fight, it ended, but do you know what I mean? It was a good experience, and I honestly did it because I thought I could win. I backed myself against anyone, but I've done that throughout my entire career. I've never just stayed in one weight class. Most of my fights should have been between 63 and 65 kilos from my mid-20s onwards. But I was getting asked to fight at 67, I was getting asked to jump up to 70, I was getting asked to fight all these different weights. And I just did it. I've never just sat in one weight class. My world titles, I've won them at 61 kilos, 63.5 and 67. I've bounced up and down the weight classes in my whole career, so I've got no regrets because even if there've been some fights where I've lost because I've been a bit too small jumping up into the other weights. I don't regret anything because I've just never been one to back down.
So yeah, and obviously we are talkSPORT MMA. So I've got to ask you, when you've seen the UFC taking off and things like that, was there ever a thought to, I might cross over here and try and make some money in this sport, or was it always you were staying where you was?
Nah, even if before, obviously the money in Muay Thai now is really good with One Championship. But even before that, I'd never got into MMA because I always say you can only be good at something you love. And I have no love whatsoever for the groundwork. I appreciate how hard it is and I appreciate how skilled you've got to be to be good at jiu-jitsu and wrestling and stuff like that. But I just don't enjoy doing it. I had one wrestling class and I just hated it. It was just one for me. I like to just stand and bang. So yeah, I've never ever really been tempted at all to go over to MMA.
Yeah, that's what we're going to see in June. Can't wait to watch the fight, mate. And thanks for making some time for us today. Good luck with everything.
Legend. Thank you, mate.
Thank you.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.